everyone, I'm Stephanie here at WBHML Harlan Memorial Library, and today I'm going to show everyone how to make these cool decorative wooden strand beads. Look how cool this is, something I found on Pinterest to do. And people use these to decorate, like to just lay in their dough boards and stuff. They're just very cool to use as a decoration. And these are just original wooden beads. And now you can paint these as well. You do not have to leave them natural. You can paint these. But of course you will need to paint these and let them dry before you do strand them on the string first. But very cool. So I'm going to tell you how to make these. You will need, of course, some wooden beads. And now you can get any size. They come in different sizes that you want. Of course, you can use as many on the string that you want. For this one, it's got 25 beads. And of course, this is pretty long, a good size. And you can put on as many as you want. You will need some, this is the jute string twine that I'm using to put these together. And of course, a pair of scissors. And now I'm also using some Fabri-tac to put on the knots and stuff to help keep it in place. And then also I'm using a piece of paper to help size up, help make the tassels and everything. And I'll show you how I make my tassels. But first we're going to string up the beads. So I've got me a good length of string. And you need a good length to make sure that you will have enough on each side when you're stringing the beads up, to make sure you have enough to make your knots and stuff when you're tying together. So right now I'm going to tie a knot to this string. And I guess maybe that may be 5-6 inches that I've left to work with. And now I'm going to string the beads. Of course, like I said, if you decide to paint them, you will need to paint these and let them dry before you string these up. I have 3 on here. Make sure you've got a knot at the end so they won't come apart. So far, these have been easy to string through, but sometimes some of them may be a little rough to get through. Okay, spread them out. See, it's coming right along. And if you have trouble with the end raveling, you can put a little piece of tape around it too to help keep it from unraveling and not wanting to go through your beads. I've got just a few more to add. One last one. Of course, it's got to be a little difficult to go through, but it went through. All right, now we've got our beads on here. It looks like you could almost make a necklace out of it too. All right, so I'm going to put these to the side right now. Now, I've got one tassel already made, but I'm going to show you how to make the tassels. Now, I like to take just a piece of paper and fold it up. I'm going to take the jute string. Now, I'm going to start right here, holding the end of the string right here at the bottom. And then I'm just going to start wrapping the string around it. And I'm gonna wrap this about 16 times. Now you can have your tassel as thick as you want it, but to me about 16 times is about enough. So I have got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then at 16, I'm going to stop right here at the very end. Notice I've got the other end over here. I'm going to cut. I'm going to just snip it just a little bit. And I'm going to leave it. And then I'm going to pull, holding it very good. I'm going to pull this through. Okay? Now, while I've got the loop, I may put another string up here to secure the loop up here at the top. And of course, like I said, you need enough string right here to make sure you can tie your knots good. And I'm going to tie this one off. Now, right about, and it's just however you'd like to have it, maybe fingernail length. I'm going to measure from the end of where this loop is. I may tie it right there, make this tassel. Of course, I'm going to make one come around and tie the knot. Then after I tie my knot, I'm going to cut all the loose strings, which that one's almost the same size. And you can either, well, it's probably be better to cut them off because they may stick out on your tassel. But see, I've got this. Then with this loop down here, I'm going to take the scissors, just cut those out. See, there I've got the tassel. Now, with these knots, just to make sure they are secure, I like to add a little Fabri-tac to the knots. So all you have to do is just add just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit to the knots to make sure that they're intact. All right. Now, let's see, got the tassels ready. Now, you're just going to take one tassel and then the end of your beads and just tie them together. Make sure your knots are secure. and tight. And see here, we've got this first one. And of course, I like to add Fabri-tac again to the knot just to make sure. Just add a little bit of the Fabri-tac to the knot. And that'll help secure it. And then just cut your strings off. And we've got one end done. Look how cool this is. Now to do the other side. Just going to take and do the very same thing. Just tie you a knot at the very end. Make sure it's good and tight. Add some Fabri-tac. Okay. Cut your strings off. And here you've got your decorative beads. Look how cool this is. So I hope you all can make one of these. This is very cool, very fun to make. But thank you all for listening. Be safe.